Hi Libra, welcome to your weekly forecast for May 25th through the 31st. We're going to see what's happening this week ahead with this lovely celestial deck, and we're going to continue our space theme with this affirmation deck here. We're going to pull one affirmation card for you all at the end. So without further ado, Libra, sun, moon, and rising, let's see what's happening for you guys the week ahead. We're coming out of new moon in Gemini. Mars is coming in the other side here in a way that might be bringing heightened emotions. We got Virgo, and I keep saying Virgo. We got Venus in retrograde. I'm sorry, guys. My Venus is Virgo. That's why I keep doing that. But we have Venus in retrograde. So we're going to see how these energies are affecting you guys in the week ahead. As I was connecting with the Libra energy, I had the Fiddler on the Roof movie pop up in my head. I haven't seen that in years. So the fact that Fiddler on the Roof came up, I feel like what Spirit is telling me about the Libra energy is you guys might feel like your whole world is changing right now. Your traditions, your customs. If you're coming from a background where like you're like in a culture or a small town where everybody knows everybody, or there's lots of rules and things that you're expected to follow, you might be having a hard time staying in that little bubble. Okay, that's what it makes me think of when Fiddler in the Roof pops up. So there could be something going on where Libra, you guys are having a really significant paradigm shift this week, where all of your structures and all of your foundations are shifting or changing. And it might be happening awfully fast here with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is fast-moving energy. Eight of Wands is also a card that comes up when we are very passionate, like we're very driven, or we're getting involved in something that we have a strong drive for. So some of you Libras, you might have your passion being awoken, right? I try to keep love readings separate on this channel, so I'm not going to be focusing on love in this reading, but I just will make one point real quick, just because it ties in with Fiddler on the Roof. One of the things that happens in the movie is a lot of the girls move away from tradition because they fall in love, or they go for like these guys that are not what dad wanted, you know. So there could be something along those lines for some of you Libras, where not necessarily because of your parents, but you might be wanting to step out of the norm because of a relationship. Somebody may have come along that you're like, I want to be in that world, or I want to be in that circle, or there could be a person connected to this for some of you that has like awakened your passion, whether it's romantic in the sense that you want to be with this person, or whether it's a soulmate that's more of like a space holder, or a soulmate that's more of a friend or a mentor. It could be someone who just came in and inspired you, and you're like, I want to live the way that person is living. Like that person has awoken this inspiration in me, this drive in me. Okay, so there could be, you know, a person, a muse, or somebody who's been like a factor in this awakening for some of you. And you're just wanting to follow that passion, pursue that passion for some of you. Your next card here is the Four of Pentacles. There could be financial concerns, and it's not surprising, but I will say this in terms of the financial concerns. For some of you, it could just be because of the fact that Venus is in retrograde right now, and Venus is making us kind of look at our relationship with money and making us kind of question our finances or financial situation. So there's a sense or an energy here with the Four of Pentacles, Libra, where some of you are deciding to be more cautious with your money and with your finances. And what's interesting, and this is probably going to be for those of you Libras who are more mature or who've maybe been around a little bit longer, I'm hearing, man, have I lived. Oh, I lived. And so like the sense I'm getting as I'm hearing that is you're like looking back on like all the ways in which you treated yourself. And when I say treated yourself, I mean maybe like little prizes or little treats that you've given yourself over the years. Or maybe some of you really partied, right? Maybe when you were in times of success, you were like, hey, all the homies, let's get on the plane and go to Vegas, you know? Like, you may have been very generous. And now you're looking at it like, you know, I can't be living that way. Or I can't, like, you enjoyed the way that you lived, but you're like in this next part of your life, you're like, it's not going to be like that anymore. Like, I'm going to be more cautious with how I spend. I'm going to be more cautious as far as who I'm generous towards. It's like this feeling of being cautious or being careful. Libra, I also feel with the Four of Pentacles. Again, I'm not trying to focus on relationships in this reading, but exactly that actually goes hand in hand. Four of Pentacles for me sometimes is a card that comes up in readings that comes in with the message that the person that I'm reading for is coming into a period of deliberate abstinence. Like, you're making a decision to take a break from being like physically intimate, or having the, you know, I'm not allowed to say the word. Oh gosh. But you know what I mean. I have to follow rules, but you know, you might be making a decision to be abstinent, and you're staying away, or you're refraining from physical intimacies. And a lot of the times the decision is being made is because like you feel like you need space. You need space. You need to clear your energy. I kind of like need to air out, let the past, you know, air out, and just be in the energy of making better decisions for yourself. It's kind of like a way in which you're protecting yourself. I feel for some of you also, like the money goes hand in hand with this. Like maybe you felt like, okay, well, you know, when I am, you know, physically intimate with someone, and if it is intense, if it is passionate, maybe you found yourself being overly generous with past partners, and you found yourself getting burned. You found yourself getting taken advantage of, and you're like, that's not going to happen again. Especially for those of you that like somebody has turned your head and you're feeling like you want to come out of the whole paradigm that you've been in, and you're ready to kind of walk away from a lot of the structures that you have. You're like, I just really want to make sure I'm not going to get taken advantage of, or that I'm not being swindled here. Some of you may be presented with a business opportunity or a business request. And the Four of Pentacles is like, you're just coming with this energy where it's like the bank is closed. Like you're not looking to invest. You're not looking to gamble with what you have right now. You're very much in like protection mode. You're protecting what you have, whether it's finances. Actually, I'm not going to say whether, I'm going to say all of the above. I feel this is all across the board, Libra. You're protecting your assets and your finances in every way. Financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. You're like, I don't have anything to give anybody. you're like, you're not feeling generous right now. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? You're in this energy of catching up with all of the changes you've been going through. You're like, I need a minute. I need a minute to process all of this. Like, that's the energy that I'm feeling with that. Your next card, my dears, is the Six of Wands. And this is victory. This is good stuff happening. A lot of the times with Six of Wands, you know, you have to keep in mind the fact that Six of Wands comes after Five of Wands, which I know obviously sounds like a no-brainer, but the significance there in that is Five of Wands is a card about competing, fighting, competition. And so Six of Wands is victory, right? You beat out the competition. You won. So if you've been in a situation, Libra, where you put in for something and you were waiting to hear back, maybe you put in a bid or an offer on something and you've been waiting to hear back, or you applied for a job, or you had submitted some kind of a proposal, you may be receiving good news this week that you have been chosen. Okay, that like you've beat out everybody else. Other ways in which Six of Wands comes up is a card of like people might be speaking very positively about you. Keep in mind that I'm recording this the day of the new moon in Gemini. New moon is going to happen tonight, and this reading is for the 25th through the 31st. So the new moon energy may be lingering for some of you, because the new moon in Gemini is about communication. And Gemini, one of the energies associated with Gemini is like talk or gossip, right? And not all gossip is negative, okay? Especially if we're seeing Six of Wands, there may be some positive gossip about you. There may be some kind of a buzz about you right now, Libra. And so some of you might be hearing it later on in the week. That good things are being said about you. Good things are being said about you. I do feel for some of you, Libra, there's somebody that was going around and like maybe they were jealous or envious, or maybe you guys had a falling out, and they may have been throwing shade. They may have been throwing shade. They may have been trying to paint a negative picture of you. And I feel with this Six of Wands, like some truth is being revealed and people are talking about it. And you're staying out of it. Like, I'm just staying out of it. I'm not going to add fuel to the fire. I'm not going to give this person the satisfaction of them seeing me get worked up or trying to defend myself. The truth is going to speak for itself. The truth is going to come out, because it always does. And so with the Six of Wands, I feel there's something like that happening for you guys this week, Libra, where the truth is coming out and that person like made themselves look stupid. That person, like now people know that you're not the bad guy in the situation. Somebody is getting caught in their own lie, and people are talking about it. And you're just like, oh, it wasn't me. I'm not the one making you look bad. You're doing that yourself, right? So there's some kind of vindication coming in for some of you in that way. And you're not even having to lift a finger, okay? Your next card is, the Eight of Swords. So this isn't surprising. This isn't surprising at all, because you have this big paradigm shift and you're preparing to make this massive change. For some of you, it's a career change. Some of you maybe are wanting to relocate. Some of you maybe are wanting to leave a long-time relationship and just live a bachelorette kind of life, or you're wanting to go into a whole new relationship. You're kind of wanting to abandon ship and then retire off into some, little vacation island or something, right? Like you're not wanting to carry so much of the like what's expected of you, like the social expectations or the societal demands. You're over it. You just want to live your life for you. And the Eight of Swords is like, this happens. It's human nature. We get really excited about something. And I know you've been there, Libra. Let me know in the comments. You get really excited. You get really optimistic. You're like, this is what I'm going to do. And I don't care what anybody says. And yeah, everything's going to be great. And then some time goes by, maybe a couple of hours, maybe a day or two. And then we're like, oh, but I can't. Oh, but it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so difficult. It's going to be, like people are going to talk and what are they going to say? And oh gosh, like what if I regret it later? And we start getting scared and we start feeling stuck. And then we're like, never mind, I can't do this. So Libra, I will tell you this. I feel like this change, this paradigm change, the shift, you coming out of those expectations and living life for you, it's going to happen one way or another. If it doesn't happen this week, if you don't start taking steps towards it, there's going to be some kind of tower moment or something 6 months from now, a year from now, whenever it might happen, but it's going to happen sooner or later. So if you want to avoid that, and if you really are like, I really don't want the fear to get to me. You know, when that 8 of Swords energy comes in, you fart, so you start, I can't talk. And I didn't mean to say fart. My apologies. Maybe you have gas. I don't know what's going on. But you may start to feel discouraged, and you may, you know, with that 8 of Swords energy, and you feel kind of stuck, you feel kind of trapped, and you're like, but I need somebody like to talk me through this or to help me through this. So I feel like what the 8 of Swords is saying in this instance, and this is interesting because I don't normally get this feeling from 8 of Swords. I feel like, Libra, you start getting afraid, and you might be looking for someone to give you encouragement. You might confide in a friend or a buddy or somebody and be like, this is what's going on, but I'm scared to do it, and I'd really appreciate some support. You need to be careful. You need to be cautious, because if you're in the 8 of Swords energy, I call this the baby seal card, right? If there's a little baby seal injured out at sea and it's bleeding and it's crying out for help, unfortunately, the way that energy works, the way that the animal kingdom works, is the sharks are going to pick up on that distress, or they're going to smell that drop of blood from much farther away, and they're going to come rushing in much more quickly and take advantage of the situation than maybe other seals can hear or pick up or come and help. When we're in 8 of Swords energy, that like stuck, hopeless, like feeling a victim to our circumstances, we're going to attract sharks. We're going to call in sharks. So I feel like you need to be cautious who you confide in, because you could have somebody who is finding a way to turn the situation around to benefit them. Okay? So what you want to do is try to do your affirmation work, try to do meditation, journaling, prayer. I think, Libra, this is a good week to go within and find the answers and the motivation from within yourself. Okay? And that doesn't mean you have to spend a lifetime of not confiding in people. It doesn't mean that you're meant to like be alone. It just, right now in this current energy, this might be a good thing to find the confidence within yourself, find the answers within yourself, and that's going to make you even stronger to have the courage and to make the shift that you're longing to make. Okay, so let's see what your affirmation is for the week. And be sure, Libra, to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. If you want to click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Okay, my dears. So you have, I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. Some of you are like, oh God, you're rolling your eyes. But we talked about that 4 of Pentacles. We talked about that 4 of Coins, right? Some of you are like, nope, I'm not going to be so generous. And maybe some of you were super generous because it was a way in which you felt successful. And you're finding a new way to feel successful. And that's by enjoying your life. Right? This really ties in with the energy that we're feeling. You're being more conservative with what you have, and you're just wanting to enjoy life and to have fun, right? And to do what you're doing for the joy of doing it. Yeah. You're breaking tradition. I'll have to watch Fiddler on the Roof tonight. Make myself some sangria and watch Fiddler on the Roof. So you guys are shifting, you guys are changing, you guys are breaking through those blocks. I will say this, my dears, if you want more love and romance kind of reading stuff or information, you can check out the love readings from me. They're linked in the description. The channeled angel messages, if you're wanting more spiritual guidance, angelic messages, those are linked in the description as well. Like I said, private readings, you can click on the Calendly link. I'm gonna pick the winner for the private 30-minute reading with me in the coming week, and I'm gonna pick the winner for the deck that I'm giving away, which is a brand new copy of the deck that I used in the May Love readings. I'm picking those winners, one from Instagram, one from Facebook, this week. So I'm just going to pick from the comments and the likes. If you're interested in being in the running to win either of those prizes, all you have to do is like the posts or leave a comment, and I will pick somebody in that way. I do have one last order of business, guys. It would mean a lot to me. I know times are really tough right now. I know that they're hard right now, but I'm trying to help someone hold on to their business. They're in danger of losing their business because of the situation where, I don't know if I'm allowed to say on YouTube, there's a lot of gossip about that, and there's like certain things we're not supposed to say, but the whole stay-at-home thing that's happening right now. And so I'm gonna do a fundraiser to try to help boost or to have donations to their GoFundMe to save her salon. She's a lovely, wonderful person, single mother to 2 boys, not able to work for a few months now, and is in danger of losing her salon, which she has worked so hard to even start. So what I'm gonna do, and again, I know not everybody can do this, and I understand, but if you can, if you're able, for 2 hours, there's gonna be a 2-hour period of time, May 27th, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time. I'm gonna do live readings on Instagram. Anyone who donates $5 during 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time, May 27th, I will pull a general card for you. Just one card, see what message comes up for you. Anyone who donates $10, I will answer one question live while I'm on Instagram. I know a lot of you are like, why don't you ever do it on YouTube at Amethyst? Why don't you ever, do it on YouTube? I will, and I promise you guys in the future, in the next month or so, I will announce it. I will periodically start coming on and doing one question live readings on YouTube. But for this instance, because the GoFundMe is involved and because I have to track those donations, it's easier for me to do it while I'm on Instagram. Okay? In the future, I will set something up on YouTube. But those of you who are able to help, for a good cause, and you want to get a card pulled for you, or you want to ask one quick question, then during those 2 hours will be a good time. So I thank you so much, Libra, for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful week. Take care.